rise again to glory then, soar into the sky. If you stop and see, then you just might believe. We're unstoppable, powerful, enough to beat the odds. If you love me, you will see the flames inside of me.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Seduce Me to the Demon War. And we can't go home. We cannot go home. And it's a darn right shame. Diana's grunt of pain next to me made me shoot my head towards her, and I watched her slowly push herself off the ground and glare at the table.
The Demon Lord must have done something more than simply bring her here.
What could he have done?
The Demon Lord is incapable of doing anything of the sort. His lackey imps must have done something to her.
A spell?
No. No!
Curse.
Who said that? I looked to the rabbit woman, okay. Seeing her stare wide-eyed at me, the other demons stared at me as well, and suddenly I felt like I was on display. Was something wrong with me?
She will not leave the demon world alive. He must have placed some sort of curse on her to prevent her from leaving this plane. In order to leave, she'd have to die.
What? My mind went blank. Did the Demon Lord really curse me? Was I forced to stay in this world until I died? I could never go back?
Are you suggesting a barrier curse?
That would explain the red energy that sealed the tear.
But dark magic like that requires
blood of 1,000 demons. He must have sacrificed part of his army to cast a curse on her that would prevent her from leaving.
The Demon Lord is that desperate for her.
The only way to break that kind of curse is to kill the caster, the Demon Lord himself.
Well, good, because that's already on our agenda, right? I mean...
She's trapped here until this war is over.
My body began to shiver violently. The Demon Lord killed 1,000 demons just to trap me here, but I'm worthless! I tell you, why? Why? I slammed my fist into the ground and began to scream. I want to go home, damn it! Just tap your heels 3 times. I want to go home. No, there's no place like home. I could feel the sympathy and anger in the room, but I didn't care. I was beyond livid. I was far past broken. I was seeing red. Ah! Did my scream create magic? My voice ripped through the air. A bright light erupted through the room once again. Everyone covered their eyes, but Diana quickly scrambled to get on her knees and covered me with her body. She held me tightly as the light invaded the space and slowly began... I hate when my door opens randomly. And began to fade. As the light finally died, everyone moved their hands to see what had happened. In the air was a white tear that was slowly opening, face down towards the table. Something was coming. I could feel it in the air. The guard summoned his spear and pointed at the tear, glaring at it and gritting his teeth.
Something's coming!
Good deduction there, Sherlock! In reply, Diana summoned what looked like a saber and placed it in front of us.
Ready yourselves! It could be the Demon Lord!
Coming through a white light, I don't think so. The other demons in the room readied themselves and... Sorry. Just started laughing at the sight of just the Demon Lord just dropping in. Readied themselves and stared at the tear, either holding a weapon or preparing a spell. I felt the air change, becoming heavier as the tear began to grow. The energy around it began to pulsate, making everyone in the room that much more tense. I stared at the tear as well, frightened as to what was coming. Was it the Demon Lord? His minions? My mind began to cycle through fearful ideas of what was about to appear. And they all pile in! My heart almost stopped. Falling from the tear and landing on the table were 5 incubi brothers. They were piled on top of one another, having come through one at a time. However, as the last brother landed, the boys fell to one side, toppling off the table and landing on the floor. The rebels around me stared at the fallen pile of incubi, confused and surprised. As a tear in the air closed, the orc man was first to lower his sword.
What the hell?
Same.
Who are they?
Careful! They could be the Demon Lord's men!
Well... No! The rebels looked at me as I stood up, Diana falling and still protecting me. I stared at the boys on the ground. They all looked dazed and a bit shell-shocked from having fallen twice in rapid succession. I couldn't almost believe it. They were right in front of me. My mind couldn't help but remember how I first met them. They had all been on the floor of my mansion, unconscious and wounded. Now they're in front of me in the demon world. What a twist of fate. I know them. Hi, everybody! I stared at the one I was meant to marry, seeing him slowly shake his head and rise from the ground. They came to rescue me. He came to rescue me. My heart became overjoyed and full of warmth and happiness. I was gonna go home. The question was, how? As the sight of the boys kept the demon's attention, a second tear opened above them, causing everyone to look up. 4 women dropped down from the tear and somehow managed to fall into the arms of the incubi behind Sam. Well, you know. Oh my gosh, they're adorable! Damien, you got such a cutie! Oh, you're cute and short.
Whoa! Are you okay?
She's so small! And she's small too!
I gotcha! It's okay!
And the little kitty socks. I'm sorry.
I gotcha! Whoa! Are you
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I gotcha! It's okay!
Okay! We got it! Eric! I feel like she's a bitch, though.
Love, I've got you.
Love!
James! And you're cute, too.
Whoa! Are you alright?
How do they just manage to... It's like one of those games where, like, stuff fall from the sky. Like, kind of like Tetris. I stared wide-eyed. Their wives came, too. I watched as the boys and the girls finally planted themselves on the ground before looking around. As Sam spotted me, however, his eyes widened in both surprise and anger. Hi! Okay. His gaze pinned itself to Diana, who still stood protectively in front of me, and his eyes instantly became painted over in an almost harsh gold color.
You're fucking dead!
Hold it, testosterone! Well, okay, shoot and ask questions later, I guess. Within a blink, Sam and Diana vanished and reappeared against the wall, behind me. As I turned to see what was happening and gasped at the sight, Sam was pinning Diana to the stone wall. Okay, so that was gonna kill you, crushing her neck and holding her high enough to that her feet were dangling above the floor.
I warned you, bitch! I will tear you to shreds!
Calm your shit, bruh! God, Sam! Before I could move, however, the guard jabbed a blunt end of his spear into one of Sam's knees, causing Sam to release Diana and buckle to his knees. Okay, at least it didn't stab him with it.
You mangy dog!
Ooh, I really don't think they're gonna get along. The guard quickly twirled the spear around and thrust it forward to skewer Sam, but missed as Sam... Oh, God. As Sam fell back and laid himself across the floor, glaring up at his attacker. Filled with an almost terrifying rage, the guard stepped forward and went for another stab for Sam. At Sam. Fortunately, Sam pushed it up and away from him and directed it to the side, causing the blade to clang against the ground. The guard quickly pulled back and thrust his spear forward again, but hit the floor again. Jeez. As Sam turned his body to the side. However, the guard wouldn't let Sam up as he quickly continued to pull back and thrust his spear forward. I can just imagine. Just imagine this with no music, just a little chibi, like so, just constantly trying to poke Sam with the spear, and him just rolling to the side. The guard wouldn't let Sam up as he quickly continued to pull back the spear forward at Sam over and over, practically trapping him against the ground. I wanted to step in, but I was too afraid of the blinding speed at which the guard was jamming his spear at Sam. I didn't want to provoke him to stab me in a blind adrenaline rush. I looked at Diana, seeing her cough and holding her neck while gasping for air. Her hand was glowing a soft purple tint as she was healing her neck from Sam's attack. Everyone else, however, had backed away from the frightening pair, not wanting to become collateral damage from either of their attacks. As Sam sat up, the guard retaliated with a lightning-fast response and kicked Sam back down. Get your ass back down there! Slamming the bottom of his foot into Sam's face. Ooh, to do so. However, before the guard could slam his spear down on his target, Sam rolled out of the way and got up on his hands in a spinning handstand. I have never seen him fight like this, even with Malix, but Sam was still undoubtedly trained in combat, even when he didn't have the upper hand. Sam flipped on his feet and faced off again, against the guard, in martial arts defense stance, before a sudden barrage of spear thrust forced Sam to duck, lean, and dodge away from the guard. Unrelenting, the guard thrust his spear as fast as machine guns, shot towards Sam, no longer looking to aim precisely, but hoping to land at least once. At one particularly hard thrust, the guard leaned his body into attack, but only managed to miss Sam by mere centimeters as Sam tilted to the side and the spear crossed over his chest without making contact. I looked at Diana, hoping that she would call off her guard, but she continued to stare at the floor, recuperating from Sam's attack. Stop. Somebody's gonna die. Stop, Sam. I had to stop this from becoming worse. Yo, bro house! Cut it out! I stepped forward, not entirely getting between the two fighters. I shouted to get both of their attentions. Cut it out! As Sam looked at me, suddenly obeying my voice as it rang through the room. The guard, however, leaned back for a second, uncaring of my command. Before the guard could follow through with his attack, a large snap echoed through the air, forcing everyone in the room, including me and Sam, to look over to see Diana glaring at her guard.
Enough!
Thank you. Diana slowly straightened and pointed at the space beside her, ushering the guard to quickly run over to where she had indicated and turn back to face the rest of us. Well, Sam looked at me with eyes full of bloodlust, begging me silently to continue fight. I glared back, trying to break through his rage to get him to calm the fuck down. He relented and gritted his teeth before nodding and looking over to Diana and her guard.
I'll forgive you for now, brute.
Forgive me? What makes you think that the one who needs forgiving is me?
Well,
I didn't do anything.
True.
Then why is she here then? Sam!
Get your shit together! I swear. Pretty much, I've only heard just James just yell. That's all I've really heard is just James just fucking yelling, Sam! Are you insane? Sam! That's pretty much all I've been hearing, and it's kind of sad. Sam and I turned to look at James, who was incredibly furious, but the look of it the others were as well.
Look at her! Does she look like she's been hung during chains?
I'm in a wedding dress, bro. Sam just like, oh, wait a second. Oh, you're right. Oh, shit. Sam looked to me as I met his gaze in almost perfect sync. I was indeed fine. Diana didn't hurt me. In fact, she had been the opposite. She wanted to protect me and send me home. The look in Sam's eyes, however, melted into one of longing and relief when he finally absorbed my appearance. It was like watching a beast instantly calm at the sight of its master. Without giving me a moment to breathe, he rushed over and wrapped me in his arms, and James is still upset. Burying his face on my shoulder. Sam, the fuck?
I'm so happy you're safe.
I'm glad! For a moment there, I didn't think you thought I was even here. My heart melted as I heard him whisper in my ear. I gripped him tightly, returning the close embrace, thankful that I could feel the one I loved once again in my arms. Sam tightened his grip on me, nuzzling into my shoulder. Up, straight to the top. I gently moved my head and kissed over his cheek and neck, wanting to show him my affection and relief that he was in my arms again. Sam shuddered slightly at the touch of my lips and planted his own loving kiss on my neck. I fought back a moan, because that'd be really awkward in the middle of a room with a lot of people in it. At the rush of the pleasure, it fell from his lips, touching my skin, managing to hide it. Thank God. At last, we're getting out of that awkwardness, Sam and I slowly broke away from each other. Sam looked over to Diana with a softer expression, but nonetheless a serious one.
Why is she here?
And is your neck okay? Diana pressed her lips together. I could see a small form of hesitation in her eyes as she looked at Sam and quickly formulated her answer.
Ask your father.
Oh, dun-dun-dun. I felt a burst of energy flash beside me at her answer, which drew my attention back to Sam. His body became wrapped in a dark green aura as his eyes flashed a gold once again.
What did you say?
Easy boy. Easy boy. We need to put a leash on him, or a harness, yeah.
Your father brought her here and placed a curse on her. She can't leave this world until she dies, or...
Another flash of energy. The aura around Sam pulsated, almost crackling like a lightning around his form. Sam gritted his teeth. Man, we're gonna marry such a hothead. Gritted his teeth, and I could tell his rage was slowly taking over.
I'm gonna kill that old fuck!
Okay! Not gonna do it right now. Sam, chill your beans! I quickly placed my hands on his shoulder, knowing that he needed to calm his shit. We had a plan. He didn't need to be this angry right now. Sam looked over at me, calming down slightly at the sight of my worried face. We're going to kill him in a few episodes. Just chill. The aura around Sam slowly began to dwindle and die out as the golden glow in his eyes faded. I let out a small sigh of relief as I felt the muscles in his shoulders relax under my hand. As I looked down, Sam spoke up once again. His voice sounded drained from the sudden rage.
Got a plan to kill him?
Yes, we plan to kill him in 1 week's time.
1 week?
Calm your goodness! I'm so sick of the yelling!
Where is this number coming from, Succubus?
This succubus has a name, bitch.
We need to fully prepare ourselves for the final stage, which I'm certain will only take a couple of days. We've pinned him into a corner. The Demon Lord will fall.
That's rather bold to assume.
She's right, though. We can prepare everything in that time frame, right?
And if he does the same and attacks us before then?
Well, then, end of story.
He won't.
And you know this how. I watched as Diana walked over and cleared the table of the materials as they gathered for the gate spell, revealing a physical map of the abyssal plains. She pointed to the spot on the map, a peninsula surrounded by water, labeled as the Decaying Sea.
We'll cast a barrier spell along the edge of the peninsula and around the castle. He and his army won't be able to move from that spot until we break it ourselves, which will be during the siege.
Where would we get the energy needed for that kind of spell?
We won't be using energy.
The other rebel demons in the room suddenly tensed up, staring at Diana in surprise. What was she going to do?
My lady, you're not suggesting...
The Demon Lord has shown how far he is willing to go to win this war. It's only fitting to show the extent we'll go to in response.
As much as I agree with you, this seems a little rash.
What are you guys talking about?
I don't understand!
Are they allowed to know?
Matthew, you're adorable.
I plan to put a barrier curse around the Demon Lord's castle and army. It's temporary, so it won't need the blood of 1,000 demons. But it will need the sacrifice of at least one demon life.
No.
And I assume you'll be sacrificing one of my soldiers.
Is this our only option?
There are other options.
James, you're
but
not.
They will most likely take a lot of energy to pull off.
James is not dressed for a war. Just look at him. He looks like a butthead. Not a butthead, but a nerd. There we go. He looks like a nerd. He's like, huh.
It just depends on what we want to do. If we want to do this immediately, then the barrier curse is indeed the best option.
I'm not opposed to performing the curse. As rash as it is, it will make our lives easier in the long run.
Oh, sorry. I
You
spaced out.
expect me to hand over one of my men? My soldiers joined the rebellion to kill the Demon Lord, not to get their throats slit before even seeing the final battle?
It's wrong, but can we really afford to spend any more energy? Diana already spent a lot trying to send the human back.
What is the other option?
The rabbit woman in the ferry moved towards the map and pointed to the peninsula.
We could form tall rock walls around the castle. Box him in.
It will take a lot of our energy, but we can recover in that week period.
And what will stop the Demon Lord from tearing down the walls?
I can imbue the walls with holy magic.
The incubi and I looked at him, all of us equally surprised. A demon with holy magic? How?
How the fuck did you get holy magic? You look and smell like a demon.
How the fuck? The guard held up his wrapped hand, letting the bead around it jangle with a sudden motion.
I've had the ability to use holy magic ever since I was taken in by my lady's family. There's no doubt that I am a demon, but I can't recall how I gained this ability.
How is holy magic different than demon magic?
It's white magic. Unlike demon magic, holy magic isn't so finicky. Think of it as warding or dispelling magic. You can't bless air or anything that doesn't have physical form, but you can bless objects to fight back against other forms of magic.
If the walls were blessed with holy magic, the Demon Lord wouldn't be able to escape until we released him.
Why not just trap him forever?
'Cause then I ain't going anywhere, Matthew.
That's idiotic. He would still be a threat regardless. Holy magic doesn't last forever. And stone will crumble eventually.
And then I'd be stuck, Matthew.
He's right. We wouldn't be able to keep the walls up forever.
The situation became more and more complicated the more we discussed it. How were we going to go about this?
We can't just sit around and debate this forever. The longer we wait, the more we risk him striking back at us.
But is it worth killing someone to trap him?
When we finally strike, we will lose hundreds, if not thousands, of soldiers anyway. What difference will it make to lose one more life on top of this?
Soulless fuck.
We can still cage him in.
I bit my lip. It was a really tough decision, a curse or a trap. Which was better? Both had their prices, but we had to choose one. From the look of it, no one wanted to speak up, so I felt the urge to say something. Maybe I would be the one who would determine everything. But which method would be the best choice? Oh, right. Well, I'm gonna end this here. I was gonna end it at the choice, but I kinda didn't think about that. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here, guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.